Welcome back, Phasmophobia fam. Today we have exciting news as we have a dev preview #1. This is new and exciting because typically in Phasmophobia, when the updates drop, they just kind of drop out of nowhere. You get a screenshot here or there every now and then, but this is an actual in-depth development preview of the huge update to come, and there's some exciting stuff like 2 new ghosts and a new map, sort of. So stick around to find out what that's all about. Now, if you're a beginner player learning how to play Phasmophobia, I've set up my entire YouTube channel just for you. I have beginner's guides on everything you need to know about the game, and I will continue to update those guides as the game changes going forward. Also, make sure you join up with the community. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm also on Discord. Both those links will be in the description of this video. And in our community, we have level 1 brand new players. We've brought a ton of those new players into the fold here, and we have very experienced players like myself, like level 6,000. And the community is a great place to learn Phasmophobia or just to make Phasmophobia friends to play with. So that being said, let's get into this video. Let's break this down. So development preview #1. Welcome back. We've got some news for you. We're going to start experimenting with expanding on our Discord dev previews by bringing them here on Steam and ramping them up to the max. We'll try to keep these semi-regular and post whenever we have content to show off. That's very good because there's a lot of these long breaks between big updates where the game kind of gets stale and no one's really looking forward to anything and no one really knows what's coming next. And I feel like the player base has this, a lot of the players leave the game for a while during the stale periods and come back for the updates. At least that's what I've noticed. So this will hopefully keep interest for the entire duration of those periods between updates. That'd be very nice. Hopefully these posts will break up the larger gaps between content and let you know what we're up to, as well as keeping you excited for what's to come. That's basically what I just said. Okay, so all these images are a work in progress and can change, all that stuff. So here's ghost types. They blur out some of the information like always here. We have a ghost number 22 and 23. I can't really read the names, they're blurred out. But the ghost begins with an M. It says, blank have risen from the grave to drain energy from the living. They have been known to place curses on their victims, curable only by, does that say antidotes? Or moving very far away. Okay, so I'm not sure what that means. The antidote could be something like a sanity pill. The antidote could be something like using one of the cursed possessions, maybe, or it could be something like perhaps a whole new item in general. We'll see where that goes. We'll have new information as the update comes out, obviously, but that's really interesting. The weaker the victims, the stronger the blank becomes. Okay, so looks like the less sanity you have, the more aggressive the ghost gets, maybe, or maybe the faster it gets, the lower the sanity of the target. That is interesting. So this could be kind of like an OP Banshee or something. This will be really interesting to see how this takes effect. If you've been more of an experienced player of the game, you know that what they say in the journal isn't necessarily how the system for the ghost itself works. So there's always that period once the new ghost comes out of testing the ghost and seeing what is really going on with the ghost and what it really does versus what it says here. So suffer from hyperosmia. I looked that up. That has something to do with smell, which leads me to believe this ghost is going to be ultra sensitive to the smudge stick. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if it's going to be a greater range of smudging or if it's going to be a greater period of time between hunts once you use the smudge stick. So something like the spirit, you smudge the room for the spirit and it takes 3 minutes for the next hunt instead of like 90 seconds. Maybe it'll be something like that. We'll see. Very interesting. There is another ghost on here as well. So 2 new ghosts. New ghosts are always exciting. That's one of the best new additions to Phasmophobia, every single update. Now, here we go. Here's the big one. This is the one I'm looking forward to. Sunny Meadows. If you have seen my video on the Asylum teaser, I'll give you the quick breakdown if you haven't. Basically, in one of the last updates, they added a new grudge-looking ghost that has a number and barcode on its chest. And if you go to the number on the chest as the room in the asylum, I think it's room like 7 something. I forget. It's been a while since I did that video. In there with your UV light, you can see all this crazy writing on the wall and on the floors, and it hints to Sunny Meadows. So that ghost was actually an asylum patient, and it says it wants to go to Sunny Meadows to be happy or something like that. But Sunny Meadows, as a lot of people have been guessing, is going to be a new iteration of the asylum. So let's read about this real quick. Some of your keen eyes have found our sneaky UV teaser left behind by patient 7, so we thought it was about the time to show you that Asylum's rework is quite a bit bigger than just removing a few rooms, and it's coming soon. So that's very interesting. They're not just making it smaller. Let's keep reading. We're completely rebuilding Asylum from the ground up, making it slightly smaller with more diversity and several different themes to help break it up from the map's visual design. Sunny Meadows Mental Institution is a large facility featuring its own yard areas, kitchen, hospital wing, morgue, and other more experimental areas locked off to only the highest ranking members of staff. So, we'll get to the rankings in a second. That's another addition in this update. Here's a few images to get you excited for what's to come. So, the images look really good. It's pretty dark. Let's see here. Wheelchairs. A squeaky wheelchair. Better hope it doesn't move. So what it sounds like to me is they always add these secondary features that aren't really in the patch notes, that like ghost interaction stuff. Like one of the more recent ones that comes to mind is the rocking chairs. So at some point in one of these updates, they made it so that the ghost can move the rocking chair and scare the hell out of you that way. Now it looks like these wheelchairs in the asylum are going to be able to move, and that would be awesome. Just walking through the asylum in the dark in a wheelchair gets yeeted out of nowhere. That'd be hilarious and scary and terrifying and wonderful. So I love little additions like that. That's awesome. The blazing hot boiler room, keeping the old building cozy. Now this is the one that piques my interest, this picture here, because what's interesting about this is I'm wondering if this map is going to have its own temperature system, much like the campsite does. The campsite has different temperatures than the indoor maps because it's outdoors. I'm wondering if you have a power breaker, okay, and then you have to light this. You have to light the boiler room or start the boiler room up to heat up the asylum itself so that you can get the temperature up and then, you know, see temperature differentiations with the thermometer. So I'm wondering if it's kind of like the campsite campfire where you go in and you light it. I wonder if this is the same deal here. We have to go in with your lighter and lighter, because that'd be really interesting and be a different gameplay dynamic for sure. But all in all, based on these images, it looks to me like what they're doing is this is going to be like the campsite version of Asylum in terms of quality. So when the campsite came out, it was much better visually than anything they had done before, much more engaging visually and more diverse visually than anything they had done before. So it looks like they're cutting down the Asylum a little bit and turning it into that campsite quality of map visually, and that's going to be really awesome, and it's going to make Asylum playable again. Now, one thing I've been hearing from a lot of players already is I hope they're not taking the OG Asylum out. It sounds like they are, but I'm sure that if there's enough complaints down the road, they would add it back, at least for a special event or something. Because, yeah, there's been a lot of souls lost in that asylum. It'd be kind of some emotional damage there if it was missing. That'd be sad. All right, now, next part, ID cards. This is going to be interesting. They're going to have different ID cards depending on how you are implemented into the community. If you're an official content creator, I believe they decide who that is. I don't think you can apply for it or anything. You get the red tag. If you're a Discord mod, it looks like you get the purple one. If you're a developer, you get this yellow one. If you're just a regular player, you get the gray one. What this is going to do, this is going to be in the lobbies, so people can see. This is going to be how you're identified in the lobbies. And there's also going to be this new prestige system. So let's read about this. Certain roles within the community will receive variations of this ID card, so identifying them in public lobbies will be much easier. Which, if you want to be incognito as a content creator in the lobbies, this may make it more difficult and easier to get trolled. So there's that. That could be a downside, but it looks cool. It looks cool. In the future, this also allows us to add ID card customization for everyone. Linked to the prestige system coming with a progression update. So there's gonna be a whole new prestige system, and you might be able to make your own card down the line and customize it, which is really cool, because anytime you can customize in a game that you love, make it the game more about you in some way, that's always a beloved feature for sure. Your ID's title will then change depending on your role badge or your prestige. You'll be able to choose which one to display. So if you're super high level prestige, you can put that there to brag about that. That'd be interesting. And so here's what we currently have planned: developer, ghost hunting director, Discord team member, ghost hunting officer, and official content creator, which, like I said, they decide. Ghost hunting reporter. And then here's the prestige levels. It goes all the way from 0 to 20, and this is going to be a point-based system, and I believe this means we're going to reset all of our levels to 0, but this gives us a fun progression to go through. And as it said, the Asylum is only going to be available to certain levels, so I'm assuming you're going to have to hit Commissioner to reach Asylum. That sounds about right. Maybe earlier. Maybe you have to be investigator to hit Asylum, because I know that. So if you just start Phasmophobia today, you have to hit level 14 to get professional, and I think some of the bigger maps, right? I'm not sure if that's true. Something like that. So it's going to be just a similar implementation, but a little bit more satisfying here, and it'll give us experienced players a whole new reason to grind. So that'll be fun. And so that wraps up the entire update. Let me know what your thoughts are, and anything you're hoping for in the update, or if any of this rubs you the wrong way, let me know in the comments. It'll be super interesting. And yeah, make sure you come on over to my Twitch channel today at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live for about 3 hours, and let us know how you feel about the update. So that's it for today. I'll keep you guys posted if there's any more news. And like I said, I'll be updating those beginner's guides if there's any gameplay changes going forward for sure. So thanks for watching. See you soon.